Hey everybody, and welcome to D.G.S. Productions. I'm your host, D.G.S. Hey everybody, and welcome to the first video. I just wanted to take a quick moment to introduce the channel and my scope and vision for this channel. Basically, I want to bring you everything disc golf. That includes news, that includes tournaments, that includes reviews, that includes recaps, that includes predictions, that includes controversies, anything disc golf I want to bring to you, the viewer. I want to do that all within a shorter time frame, something that doesn't take an hour out of your day or even longer. Something that you can watch on your lunch break and still have time for your lunch. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Now on to the next grand tournament that we have coming up, which is going to be the 2017 Konopiste Open in Czech Republic. This is going to be the Disc Golf World Tour stop number 2, the first one being the Australian Open. And it has been a long time since we have seen the Disc Golf World Tour, but I'm excited to get back into it. Fortunately, the schedule this year I feel like leads into this tournament, really highlighting it and allowing players to experience it and to play their best at it. Last year, I believe GBO was the previous weekend, which led straight into the Konopiste Open, allowing not a whole lot of time for rest and for recuperation after your travels, as well as then preparation of this course. This year, however, we have this little lax weekend which most people are taking to get accustomed to Europe. However, it might prove a little tricky on the back end coming back and having the Masters immediately after that. So that's something to watch out for. How Paul, Rick, Simon, all of those guys do coming back and playing in California the immediate weekend after this event. In 2016 at the Konopiste Open, we saw Simon come out on top after winning the playoff in a three-way tie between him, Paul, and KJ Nybo. KJ Nybo, very consistent play. Paul shooting an amazing second round at 10.62, 54 rated, or 54 second round. And Simon just playing very consistent and surging in that first round to maintain his lead. Simon with the infamous throw-in from about 200 feet to claim that title, which is an amazing video. If you haven't seen it, I will try and put a link in the description if you haven't. But players of note for this event, I just kind of highlighted a few. We've got Simon Lizotte, obviously, Paul Macbeth, KJ Nybo, Seppo Payu, Pasi Koivu, Yale Store, and then Nate Sexton is also, again, making this trip. It's interesting to note that in 2015 this was a Euro Tour event, which didn't see the likes of a Simon or Paul or Rick or Nate Sexton, which KJ Nybo came out on top, again shooting a second round amazing score of a 52, which is a 10.60 rated round. So KJ's really got it dialed in, and I expect that to continue with his consistent play. Some other players to really keep your eye on are going to be Leo Piironen. He shot very well in 2015 in order to grab the number 2 spot, shooting an average of rating of 10.28. And Yanni Hirasimek, sorry if I'm butchering those, but it finished 10th with Pasi Koivu in 2016 and 6th in 2015, shooting an average of 10.15 in both years. So he really does have a lot of experience with these courses. Two other players from the U.S. that are making the trip this year that did not last year are going to be Ricky Wysocki and Eagle McMahon. Ricky, I got in touch with Ricky, and he told me that he plans to practice the course Monday through Wednesday. Look for, him to really bring the competitive nature that he wanted to bring to that final round of GBO into this next battle of the Konopiste Open. Now on to some predictions. This one was really tough, and I feel like my first place finisher went down to 4th place, and my 3rd place went to 2nd place, and my 2nd place went to 3rd place, and everybody was all over when I was doing this. But I finally came up with something that I feel okay with, and might not be the most popular or might not be what happens, but this is what I think is going to happen. In 4th place, bringing up the rear here, I think we've got Paul Macbeth. I think Paul shoots great, but the field is just so tough that there's many different things that could happen. The main thing that I have is Rick coming in 3rd. I think Rick really wants to prove himself, really wants to bring that competitive nature that he had earlier at the GBO and that he wanted to bring to that final round, and I think he excels on that and takes his practice that he used throughout earlier that week to hone his craft at those courses, the courses that I think really lend themselves to him being long, calculated throws, especially with his forehand being dialed in as much as it is, especially as of Jonesboro, where he really locked it in. Since previous in the year it was a little bit faulty and had some maybe miscues, I feel like it's really locked in since Jonesboro, and I really expect to see him finish 3rd. In 2nd, this was tough, but I had to go KJ Nybo. KJ has 3 PDGA wins this year so far, all 3 being both B and C tiers, but has a stunning 7th place finish at the Memorial back in March. I really love KJ's style, his calculated and cool nature, almost like a Nate Sexton feel to it, where it's very calculated but with sneaky distance. And on top, I've got Simon Lizotte. I feel like he repeats this. I feel like he's got a lot of confidence going in. He's been playing very, very well, probably the hottest player on the tour right now, and I think he really capitalizes on that and brings all he's got to this Europe trip and really shows everybody what he can do. And that's our show. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe in the section below. And also feel free to check us out on Facebook. I will be posting throughout the week on different things that I see from manufacturers or news or releases that I see. So feel free to give us a like there so you can be up to date. Till next round, I'm D.G.S.